Okay, World Cruisers, it's Saturday, August 31st, 2024. We're on the Ultimate World Cruise, and I thought you might like to see a tour of the Serenade of the Seas, which is the ship that we've been on for almost 9 months now as part of this World Cruise. So, you started off by seeing our room, a hallway. We're going to show you all the public areas. That was the Centrum, which is where there's 6 elevators aft and 3 elevators forward, but the 6 elevators aft all connect up with the Centrum. It's kind of the central point of the ship. So we're going to start off by doing a tour of the highest floor, which is 13, that has public space. And the first place we're going to go is the lounge it's for the loyalty club that Royal Caribbean has. So if you're a certain level in the loyalty club, you can come in here. There's a concierge desk right there. They have hors d'oeuvres and coffee and drinks any time of the day you can come up and get. So this is the loyalty lounge. So I haven't used it very much. Once in a while I'll come up and get the concierge to book something for us or whatever, but it's a nice space and it's not so crowded because it's only open to Diamond Plus and Pinnacle members. So, and the next stop on the 13th floor is the Vortex Lounge, which is a bar and a nightclub, which is just on the other side of the Loyalty Club up there. And this bar has it's a rotating bar actually. So if you sit in that bar, when they're operating, it rotates slowly 360 degrees. But this place has a nice view from up here, and it's a quiet place during the day. At night, when they have dances and karaoke and whatnot, it's not a quiet place. But during the day, lots of people like to come up here and work on their computers or whatever. It overlooks the pool you can see down there on 11. So, yeah, they have a nice piano up there for entertainment in the evening. There is some deck on 13 outside that I'll take you to in a minute, where the miniature golf course is and the climbing wall and whatnot. We'll go out there. I tried mightily to edit myself out of the pictures, but once in a while you're going to see my head. It was a little difficult to get me out of all the shots. So also we have this library up there. It's got games and puzzles and whatnot. Now that's right above the Centrum. So this is really the bottom of this library is the ceiling of the Centrum. So we're down on 12 now. So yeah, the library's on 12, and that kids space that I didn't go into is also on 12. So we'll go out on the deck and then climb up the stairs back to 13. You can see the rock climbing wall, and going down to the very back of the ship is where the miniature golf course is. So that's 13. Now we'll go down to 12. Now 12 has a long walking track around the outside. So if you're a walker, you're either on deck 12 or you're on deck 5 where the promenade is. But the thing that's nice about this deck 12 is there is a sky bar up here, but it's got a track that's got a known distance. So if you do so many laps, you know. Now to the left there's the solarium, that glass covered area, and then this To the left here is the gym. Then you can drop down these stairs and get down to this space on 11, which is the only way you can get there is by these two stairways. So this is a good place to go observe from if you're coming into port, or if there's something scenic outside, you can do that on 11. Anyway, back on 12. Izumi Restaurant is on 12. And it is a specialty restaurant that is Japanese sushi. We love to go to Izumi. We've gone there several times during the 9 months we've been on the ship, and it really is a great specialty restaurant. We're going to go inside Izumi here in a minute. There's a basketball court and a pickleball court on the floor. There's also an arcade for the kids. Or I guess adults who like playing arcade games, I don't know. So on the back of the ship, there's a nice deck for sunbathing. Here's Izumi, and I'll take you inside Izumi and show you that space. It's a really nice restaurant. Great sushi. So there's where we started. Now we're going to drop down to 11. This is the back steps going into the back space on the Windjammer. This is the buffet restaurant that we eat at most of the time. And there's a really nice space on the back of the boat that's open to the air that's very pleasant to go out and eat at once you get your food from the buffet. So this is the Windjammer. Inside seating on both sides. Some outdoor seating there to the left. We just walked out. So 11 is also the pool deck where the main pool is. There's 2 jacuzzis. The outdoor movie screen is there. And this is the kids' space. Popcorn machine in the pool bar. That's a popular thing. Now inside the solarium, which is for adults only, there's the park restaurant that you just passed. And this is where I spend my time. There's a pool here and also a hot tub, which is available only to adults. And it's covered glass, so it's always nice, even when it's cold outside. There's a spa and a hair salon there forward. And there's also that bar right there does smoothies, so you can get smoothies most of the day, made the way you want them. So back inside on 11. Now looking down on 11 at the Centrum. So the floor of the library is above us, and that's the Centrum down there. The elevators, the glass elevators descend down in the Centrum. So now I'm going to show you the main dining room space, which is on floors 5, deck 5 and deck 4, in the rear of the ship. So very nice main dining room areas. You can go down the stairways here to get to the 4th floor dining area, or you can go back and access it from the elevators and go in through there. But there's a grand piano in here and a nice waterfall, so it's a nice place to take pictures. The service is excellent. So if you'd rather not go to the Windjammer, you can come up here and have somebody serve you dinner. So there's a lot of public space on the 5th floor. So we'll follow it from the Centrum, going the other direction. There's the Vintage's wine bar off on your right. No, sorry, that was That was the place where you can get coffee and hot chocolate there on the right, not Vintage. Vintage is down one deck. So on 5, that coffee place is the equivalent of Starbucks. But then there's this the shops of the Centrum, which this passageway here runs all the way to the front of the ship up to the Tropical Theater, and it's where all the shops are. And for the World Cruise, they've created this store here, which has a lot of sundries and the sort of stuff they don't normally carry, but that you might need on a 9-month trip. So you can also buy your World Cruise memorabilia there, t-shirts and sweatshirts and that sort of thing. So as you walk forward on 5 through all the shops, you come to the photo area, and also there's a conference room off on the left that we've used for several activities that we've done, our fundraising activities for Namibia orphanage and whatnot. They let us use the conference room in 5. You want to buy some art, they have it for sale here. And now we're at the forward of the ship where the Tropical Theater is. So the main entrance to the Tropical Theater is on 5. But there's also a balcony up above on 6, which I'll show you later. It was closed when I took this walk in the early morning, so I'll come back later. But this is the promenade now around the outside of Deck 5. It goes all the way around the ship. So again, if you're a walker, you might want to spend time on 5. You got to go up the front steps to get to 6 in the helipad. And this is the farthest forward you can get on the ship right here. The helipad, crew space off on the left, and then back down the stairs to the rest of the promenade around 5. Crew does such an excellent job of taking care of the ship. It just turned 21 years old just a week or two ago, had its 21st birthday. So Serenade's been in service for a long time. And I wanted to say a little bit about why it's the perfect ship for the World Cruise. This ship holds totally packed 2,200 people plus crew, and typically it runs around 2,000, but on our trip it's been less than that in many areas. So it's a Panamax design. It's a larger size ship that'll go through the Panama Canal. But we don't overwhelm the ports that we go to with only, less than 2,000 people. And the bigger ships with 6,000, tend to overload the port. So this really is the perfect size ship for the World Cruise. It doesn't have all the amenities that some of the kids might like on the larger ships, like the water features, and the captain walked, I think 580 kilometers. That sign on the wall. He was on the ship after COVID, so he didn't have anything to do. He walked a lot. That's the business center on 7. That's right down the hall from where our room is. So that's another public space. We're going to drop down now from 7 and go down to 6 to see the Schooner Bar and the Safari Club, which are aft on Deck 6. There's Next Cruise, where you can book your cruise. There's Vintages. That's the wine bar. And now we're headed into the Schooner Bar, which is a nice space during the day because when there's not a lot of entertainment and stuff going on, it's a good place to work, and it's quiet. You want to read or work on your computer. There's lots of spaces back here in the Schooner Bar. It's also a meeting place. This is Chop's Grill. This is another one of the specialty restaurants. There's 2 of them that come off of this hallway. Chops. And Giovanni's Table is the next one. Giovanni's Table is an Italian restaurant. We've gone there several times. Also, we've gone to Chops, but you can get the same good quality meat in Giovanni's Table as you can at Chops. So we tend to come here because you get the added Italian dishes. So we come here for special occasions. Celebrated my brother's birthday and my brother-in-law's retirement there. So continuing back, now we go into the Safari Club, which is right at the tail of the ship. There's a couple of pool tables that stay level when the ship rocks. They got gimbals on them, so you can play pool even when the ship's rocking and rolling. There's a couple of desks down here. If you want some workspace to work on during the day, you can usually find one of those available. And then the TV channel on 3 always shows where we are and what speed we're going, what the wind direction is. So you can see we just left St. John's, headed to Halifax, where we'll be tomorrow. So continuing aft in Safari Club, again another nice space during the day where it's quiet and you can read or work. At night they have karaoke and whatnot, and during the day sometimes they even have an archery range they set up down here so you can go shoot. It's an inflatable archery range. This looks off the back of the ship. This is probably the quietest place to come if you're looking for peace and quiet away from all the music that gets played in the Centrum and whatnot during the day. Come back here, play games or cards or whatever. All right, so you've seen all this. I'll speed it up and we'll get back forward. There we go. Deck 6 is also where the casino is. And this is right below our room. There's another bar back here, like an English pub bar. Okay, now we're forward and the Tropical Theater's open, and so we're gonna walk in on 5. And I'll show you what the Tropical Theater looks like. This is the very front of the ship. And it holds a little over 900 people. There is a balcony up above on 6, which you can get to from inside or outside. But we have enjoyed many great shows. They have the Voices of Royal, 5 singers that are absolutely fantastic. They've been with us the whole world cruise, and they get standing ovations every time they perform. It's so amazing. It's really top-notch entertainment. And they have lectures during the day, enrichment lectures and that sort of thing in here. So usually something going on in here 3 or 4 times a day, plus 2 shows at night usually, sometimes only 1, but they try and split it up so they can accommodate everybody in the shows. And if you want to walk up to the balcony here, you can see what the balcony looks like. It's a great theater. The orchestra and band they have is just outstanding. They also get standing ovations. And it's unusual for us to be with them for such a long time. The cast and members of the orchestra, they're like family, so we see them in the hallways, we talk to them, and it's kind of nice. It's unique to something that you would be on the ship for 9 months for. Normally for a 7 or 14-day cruise, you wouldn't have a chance. This is a cinema theater, also on 6, forward, just behind where the Tropical Theater is. So they show movies in here about, I don't know, maybe 5 times a day, 4 or 5 times. So here's next cruise and the equivalent of Starbucks. So we walked by once already, but it's a great place. You can actually get some stuff for breakfast there, um, along with your coffee or hot chocolate. So that's the public space on 5 mostly. So we'll drop down to 4 where the Centrum is. Centrum's a meeting place for a lot of shore excursions. We've met there many, many times when going on shore excursions. But this is the bottom of the big Centrum there. There's a dance floor and a stage for a band. There's the Captain Stieg and the crew. And then off straight ahead there is customer service and booking for shore excursions. So happy 21st birthday to Serenade of the Seas. It's been a wonderful ship, the perfect ship for the world cruise. It's our floating 4-star hotel that's taken us around the world. So highly recommend it, and we love it.